Burning Question, powered by Ola, New Ford Aspire, Siska LED and Vidol Engine Oil.
MOD's full 2015 letter reveals Rahul's Rafale lie. Did Congress parade a cropped report to push a narrative? Opposition latches onto a sliced and diced note just to attack Modi government on Rafale. Former Defence Secretary and the man who headed the Rafale negotiations slams Rahul Gandhi and calls out his lie. So once again, Rahul Gandhi's lie on Rafale has been caught. Did Rahul Gandhi actually try to set a false narrative and push a fake news agenda once again on the Rafale deal, only and only to target Modi government by stating that in 2015 it was PMO which was trying to strike a parallel negotiations with the French government specifically on Rafale, claiming a certain media report and conveniently omitting the most crucial notings by the then Raksha Mantri Manohar Parrikar. We question why. In the burning question tonight, your channel, Republic TV, has accessed this full MOD document of 2015, which explains, yes, Rahul Gandhi's credibility has taken a final beating by lying. Has Rahul's credibility been smashed? Because remember, we told you how and why Rahul Gandhi conveniently omitted Manohar Parrikar's noting in that MOD note. In the burning question also, as we debate the false Rafale rhetoric by Congress party, how many lies and how many abuses will now continue rolling out from Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party? And with that, we also ask Congress and Rahul to explain. In the burning question tonight, we ask, why did Rahul actually conceal Manohar Parrikar's signature and important notings in that very, very crucial MOD document of 2015? And why Rahul apologized for writing on half-truths? Should Rahul Gandhi not actually apologize now? Don't you think it's high time for Rahul to apologize for writing on half-truths? Which means that Rahul actually lied. And if he did, why did he lie?
He says, and this is the important portion, he says, the context between our two governments define in particular the terms of the intergovernmental agreement, which determine to our mutual satisfaction the framework and modalities of our respective commitments. As agreed between our negotiating teams, he says, as agreed between the negotiating teams. Point number one, the negotiators had come to an agreement. And this is one of the biggest points that we need to highlight, because the opposition claim is that the negotiators, or at least some of them, had not agreed with this deal. Negotiators came to an agreement. And I think this is one big news point, and this is what we need to highlight. Remember, Rahul Gandhi's entire premise of the document, the half document that he showed, claimed that some negotiators or some officers were not happy. As agreed, this letter goes on to show that as agreed between our negotiating teams and then between our two defense ministers. So remember, he said Parrikar was not on board. Parrikar was also on board, and this was being communicated by the French Prime Minister. Parrikar was on board and he had no questions about this deal. And then he goes on to, of course, say that as far as the government of India is concerned, will be required to make down payments before the delivery of the aircrafts and associated armaments. I hereby confirm that the government of the French Republic is fully committed in doing whatever is necessary to make sure that industrialists, Dassault Aviation and MBDA France, each in their own respect, do their utmost to fully respect any of their obligations in accordance with aforesaid intergovernmental agreement and annexed supply protocols. The guarantee is here. The guarantee is here that they will take complete measures to ensure that the French industrialists pay back the government of India, to make sure that the payments or reimbursements will be made at the earliest. And this was a letter written to the Prime Minister.
So why did Rahul Gandhi not actually make a mention, a clear-cut mention of Manohar Parrikar, the then Raksha Mantri's notings, very crucial notings in that particular newspaper? Remember, that portion has been conveniently omitted. Tuhin Sinha joining us on the show tonight, BJP leader from Mumbai. We also have Professor Sanjeev Tiwari, RSS analyst in our Delhi studio. Ashutosh Mishra joining us as a political analyst who will try his best today, again Ashutosh ji, to defend what Rahul Gandhi did today. And it's going to be difficult for you because we at Republic TV have full access to that MOD copy. And also we have Mahmood Paracha on the show joining us tonight. Mahmood, I think you want to open the debate, but before that I want to tell our viewers, remember today Raksha Mantri dismissed Rahul's each and every charge befittingly. She, in fact, quoting her, she says a newspaper published a file noting written by Defence Secretary. If a newspaper publishes a noting, then the ethics of the journalism will demand that the newspaper publish the then Defence Minister's reply as well. And that's exactly the crux of the matter. Let's open the debate. Sanjeev Tiwari, you start and we can have Ashutosh and then we go to other panelists as well. Why did Rahul Gandhi not simply make a mention to the omitted portion? Either he was not aware of it, and if at all he was not really aware of it, that means the much of the Rafale controversy is manufactured by certain political parties for their own vested interests.
He's trying to make the fool to the entire country.
No, this is serious.
Yeah, the way he's basically lying and the way he's reiterating again and again, because his Rafale vehicle is already punctured by the Supreme Court in the judgment on the 14th of December 2018. When the decision, when the three issues were addressed, there was no question. There was clean cheat on the decision-making process. There was no.
So it's not settled yet.
There was clean cheat on the pricing of the Rafale jet, and there was clean cheat on the selection of the
why doesn't the Prime Minister do what he has been asking Mamata Banerjee to do? अरे कुछ किया नहीं है तो प्रोब क्यों नहीं करवाते? जेपीसी प्रोब क्यों नहीं कराते?
Which probe?
Why are you running away from being honest?
Out with a judgment.
No, it hasn't come out with a judgment. There is a typo on
what do you want?
Where affidavit is not right. So that's why it's been misinterpreted.
You want to make the people of the country fool.
People are not getting fooled.
Why?
I don't want.
Now there is a writing. There is a note.
Let's open up the debate. Let's open up the debate. Mahmood Paracha, why did Rahul Gandhi quote that half note? And half note, nobody knew about it unless it came, you know, on the public domain when we, Republic TV's Niranjan, our editor, you know, we explained to our viewers what was omitted and why was it omitted. That's the simple question. You don't have to be the sharpest reporter on this earth to ask this question. Why was that portion of Manohar Parrikar omitted in that media report?
Let me answer now if the question is being asked to me.
Why did Rahul Gandhi choose to hide? Did he choose to hide? Yes, Mahmood Paracha.
It's an act of professional fraud.
No. See.
Prove it's not an act of professional fraud then.
What is the fact?
What kind of journalism is this one-sided journalism?
The fact is, let me answer. The biggest fraud in our country is our Prime Minister. So don't talk about frauds. And he is answerable to all these questions.
How dare you say that?
Rahul Gandhi
How dare you say that?
Out one aspect.
Behave yourself.
One aspect. How can you say? No, you also behave yourself. I have reasons to say that.
No, you behave yourself.
I was
How
not
can
saying
you call
this
the Prime
till
Minister
today,
fraud?
but I am saying this now.
You better focus on what Rahul Gandhi has said today. You cannot say that without any evidence. You may be a fraud.
I am not saying about
you are the fraud.
But when we compare, he is
no, you have to prove it. You are a fraud to say that.
Are you aware of the
You are the fraud to say that.
2015?
You are a fraud to say that. Sakar, if he says something absurd, he will need to prove it right here. If he says something absurd, he will need to prove it.
Mahmood Paracha, this is not an election rally. Mahmood Paracha, don't typically talk like a politician. Everything you blame Prime Minister. You haven't answered my very simple question. Very simple question. Even a journalism student would want to know why were those excerpts from
He can't, so let me come in.
You know,
let us not talk about fraud. Let us talk about the present issue.
Omitted in this report.
Don't call anyone else. So long as Mr. Narendra Modi is there, there cannot be a bigger fraud in the country.
Indulging in parallel negotiations with the French government,
Let me
and
come to the point.
why on this
PMO,
earth cannot,
even
why
NSA
can
was
you
involved.
not prove
It has been widely
prove
reported
it. No,
that
sir,
not just the PMO,
prove it.
not just the PMO, NSA, Mr. Ajit Doval was influencing the Rafale deal. Ajit Doval was also interfering.
Can I finally come in if he's had a chance?
Who is the biggest fraud? NSA is forcing the NSA, is forcing the CBI, is forcing CVC. Every organization has been compromised.
You are
confused. So is it not a fraud?
This is
a fraud?
Are you aware that you are there himself?
Yeah, for the first time, Mr. Misra, for the first time, it's happening that the Gandhi Nehru family is being screwed by the ED and the CBI.
That he has gone there and ordered it. And after that, whatever has happened is a cover-up. That's as simple as that. That is what has happened, and what the Prime Minister has done has unilaterally. And he has told everyone else to
Will you not call it a cover-up? Is this not, does this not amount to cover-up?
The cover-up is by the government, which is trying now to create a paper trail for a decision taken by Mr.
How is this a cover-up by the government?
And this is there on record in the Senate paper dated June 10, 2015.
Hold on. Tuhin responding to Ashutosh's charge. Yes.
First of all, despite being explained 1,000 times what is the meaning of an offset partner, Rahul Gandhi comes out and still says, "Aapne 30,000 crore Ambani ko de diye." Does that mean that the 71 other offset partners have got nil amount?
The fact is that
you dim-witted before. How can you support such a dim-witted statement?
The thing is that
does that mean that the other 71 partners have got nil amount? Even before you proceed with the discussion,
been delivered, and you have taken it away from HAL, which does not have cash to pay its
is a total amount of offset.
You are not aware of that.
Does that mean the 71 other partners have got nil amount?
Oh, not even 40% has been completed. This is one of the biggest scams in the history of India. So don't try to the money has been diverted.
Without any substantial proof. You are questioning Parikar and you are saying that Parikar is saying the wrong things, and you are taking the U-turns when you have seen the Parikar's statement. Where is the noting of Parikar? Why you have in the morning itself on the note sheet? Why you have hidden the note sheet of the Parikar? Why not you have came out with the Parikar's noting? That is the question. Don't try to make the people of the country a fool.
I'm just quickly quoting. Hold on, sir. I'm quickly quoting that omitted note, and I want Mahmood Paracha to comment here.
If you want to.
Ashutosh Mishra is saying दूध का दूध पानी का पानी होना चाहिए, but when you are not making a specific mention of the omitted portion, which says, and I quote, it appears that PMO and French presidents are monitoring the progress of the issue, which you are not even letting me finish my sentence, sir. Mahmood Paracha, which was an outcome of the summit meeting. Para 5 appears to be an overreaction. Hold on. Explain this. Para 5 appears to be an overreaction. Defense Secretary may resolve the issue in consultation with the Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister. Manohar Parikar's noting on 11th of January 2016. Why was this not discussed? Why did Rahul Gandhi not talk about this? Now explain.
Now it's an act of professional fraud. It explains that.
There are roomfuls of documents. See, again, he will not let me. If he talks about fraud, I will again say the biggest fraud is Mr. Narendra Modi. So don't ask him to keep quiet. That is the first
you don't talk like this.
Let's not derail the debate. One second. Mahmood Paracha, please let's debate on the merits of the case, please.
How do you... No, he's derailing.
So are you doubting this document now? Are you doubting this document now?
No. What I am saying is this is one document. There are loads and loads of documents, roomfuls of documents which will expose Narendra Modi Sahab's connection.
I'm talking about
the single document.
You have seen all those classified documents.
You can't refer to 3/4 of the document and take 1/4 away.
That Mr. Anil Ambani has been put up as a Prime Minister's man to siphon off money in this deal. That is the basic problem. Has anybody spoken about that? Why Mr. Anil Ambani was chosen
This argument is sick.
HAL?
He may be talking about loads of documents. I am talking of a single document. Will you read the first 3/4 of the document and leave the 1/4 of the document?
Ericsson
this is absurd argument.
Bankruptcy against him.
This is a credible show. Please don't come up with such an absurd argument on a credible show like this.
Line shows that there was a person who was dissenting.
For how many times
very obvious.
When you
see that, can't you read it? It talks about
Mahmood Paracha, hold on. Mahmood Paracha, we spoke to G. Mohan Kumar, who's the former Defence Secretary, and particularly on this entire Ambani issue. He has told our editor Niranjan that Minister's remark is the final word in Ambani angle is complete bunkum. You please go back to Republic World and please go back to that exclusive conversation. From whom? None other than the former Defence Secretary, sir.
Ambani is next.
According to you, everybody is lying, right?
Narendra Modi.
So why not have a JPC probe and let Doodh ka Doodh and Pani ka Pani happen? Everything will be crystal clear.
Who can respond to that?
Supreme Court, you have a typo. Supreme Court, you have a typo, Mr. Tiwari.
And then you will say, don't call Narendra Modi a fraud.
I'm asking you, yes, Akal.
What is the meaning
my
of
simple
offset?
question
Tell
to
me
Mr. Paracha is that do you have a list of the 70 other offset partners? Have you studied what are the amounts each one of them has got before making this accusation that Mr. Ambani is Mr. Modi's friend? That's why he got the offset control. Do you have a list of 70 other offset partners? Have you studied what is the amount given to each one has got?
Are you praising Mr. Narendra Modi for having 70 frauds instead of
let me educate you. Let me educate you once again. Let me educate you once again. What an offset gets is entirely the prerogative of the OEM. There are 71 other offset partners. Have you done a basic research to find out who are the other 71 partners before making these absurd allegations?
This Alibaba has got 71 frauds.
71 frauds. That includes Mahindra Group companies. That includes Tata Group companies. Don't talk like an uneducated person. Don't talk like Rahul Gandhi.
So what?
What are you talking? 71 offset partners of fraud. Just look at the list of those companies. They include the best of Indian companies.
And Nirav Modi. What is meant by
Sakal, I think we need to have a more educated debate. I don't know what this man is talking.
To make up that loss.
Another very simple question. We don't want to confuse the viewer like you're doing, Paracha, by getting into the technicalities of it. But the question is, Ashutosh Mishra and Sanjeev Tiwari can respond to that. If PMO is doing a follow-up, which it is expected to do, can that be construed conveniently as an interference?
What about
without any substantial arguments on the same?
Yes, that we are going to buy 36 Rafale jets. He has stopped transfer of technology, which has hit HAL, which has led to the prices being escalated. That is one big fraud.
And what is happening, Mr. Mishra? What is Mr. Mishra happening? When there is question over the Kishan Michel, when there is question over Jagdish Sharma, Sanjay Bhandare, when there is question over Manoj Arora, when there is question over Mahesh Nagar, when there is question over Ashok Kumar, when there is question over Ashok Yadav, when there is question over Robert Vadra, then Rahul Gandhi is coming out with the document, and that too, the half document and the half truth. This is the real story of the country today, and this is what the country wants to know, that why it's happening, why a liar is lying again and again before the country. That is the question. That is the 100 million question, Mr. Mishra.
We would have been manufactured.
Don't protect the liars.
That hasn't happened. HAL
Dassault CEO has already. Dassault CEO has already, in fact, given an interview to one of the agencies where he specifically talked about there has been never any pressure from the government when it comes to Ambani. I'm not going there. I'm just quoting last to last week, sir. Hold on. Last to last week, when Rahul Gandhi, एक second, when Rahul Gandhi, it was a courtesy call to check on Manohar Parikar's health. Remember? It also
he lied at that time.
And you remember?
He lied at that time. He's a great liar.
He lied then.
He lied.
And for the first time, you had former Raksha Mantri opening up on this entire file. He said we never discussed Rafale. No, he said we never discussed Rafale.
Yeah.
अब आप बोलिए, why
He never
repeated
said
pattern?
that Rafale was discussed, and that
He
was
said-
very clear, very
he said-
clearly
he
that Mr. Parikar has been forced to issue that tweet
he said he's
by
doing
BJP,
politics out of
and you can read the answer to that also.
He's doing politics out of a sick man when he's going for a courtesy call. He's doing
but people
politics.
will not forget
He's
Rafale
trying to
scam. They
make
will
it
every
make
time
the
ask,
political
अगर
advantage
आपने
out of
कुछ
that.
किया नहीं,
Mr.
कोई
Misra,
चोरी नहीं
Mr.
करी,
what is
Mr.
happening? The
Misra,
chor
when-
macha hai
when-
shor.
when-
And that is what
Rahul
happening with the
Gandhi-
Congress
Rahul
party.
Gandhi was
कराइए, क्योंकि
when
अगर आपको
Rahul
डर नहीं
Gandhi
है।
was flashing that newspaper report like that, he could have gone to the next page also, where we have Manohar Parikar's noting. We coming back to that simple question. I opened the debate with that question, and none of you
So
have
my
come up with
answer
any
to,
such
I had
answer.
answered to
The
answer
question
that
is,
question.
as we wrap up this part
One
of the
person
debate,
had
viewers, do you
objected,
think that,
and that is enough.
okay,
That
the
dissent
way
not shows-
Rahul Gandhi's Rafale lie on this note has been nailed, do you think that's going to take a big beating as far as Congress President's credibility is considered? We take a short breather here. I thank all my panelists for joining us tonight. But viewers, remember, our editor-in-chief, Arnab Goswami, will be debating on this very, very big topic at 9 tonight. Rahul's lie caught. That continues to be a hashtag. A short break here. We'll be back with more. So the big question tonight we ask is that has Rahul Gandhi's credibility been completely taken a beating? Remember, we are talking about lies after lie. Remember, he said Prime Minister Modi changed the deal, he negotiated the deal. He also talked about how Dassault was forced to pick Reliance, whereas Dassault has actually refuted those allegations. Prime Minister Modi gifted 30,000 crore to Anil Ambani, lie number 3. Another lie from Rahul Gandhi that the price of aircraft shot up to 1,600 crore. Remember, after that, more coming on Rafale rhetoric, where Prime Minister has announced the deal unilaterally. Also, Rahul Gandhi has been repeatedly trying to push the fake news agenda on Rafale, saying that the Cabinet Committee on Security did not clear Rafale deal. And also, Dassault was forced to pick Reliance, which the Dassault has completely refuted these allegations as well. Indian Air Force Chief suppressed facts. This is also what, according to Rahul Gandhi, transpired way back in 2011-12. And government ignored HAL for Rafale. Another lie from Rahul Gandhi that UPA's Rafale deal was cheaper as compared to BJP-led NDA Rafale deal. And also continuing with the series of these lies, especially to trying to set a new rhetoric on Rafale. Tonight we ask, after Rahul's Rafale note lie has been caught blatantly, do you think Rahul Gandhi's credibility stands completely smashed? Debating tonight at 9 on Republic TV with our editor-in-chief, Arnab Goswami.